The background to assisted suicide. Lucretia Seals, who died on 5th June this year, was waiting for a judge to rule on her last wish, which was for her doctor to be granted the right to take her life if she chooses. This has caused a national debate over if the judge should or should not allow the doctor to take her life if she chooses. Some people think that the doctor should be allowed to take her life because she is dying a slow and very painful death and she can't bring herself to commit suicide, so she wants her doctor to do euthanasia on her, so she simply drifts away with no pain. Others at the time say that the judge should not allow the doctor to do euthanasia on her because the New Zealand Crimes Act say it is illegal to aid and abet suicide. Also, a statement by Burke J saying that assisted suicide should not be accepted says, under the banners of compassion and autonomy, some are calling for a legal recognition of a right to suicide and social acceptance of physician-assisted suicide. This shows that people want the right for assisted suicide to be socially accepted. Lucretia Seals went to court not to get the rights to have her doctor kill her, but to change the law New Zealand has over euthanasia. There have currently been 2 attempts to legalise euthanasia in New Zealand, both of which have failed. The groups involved in their viewpoints and perspectives, and the actions these groups are taking or not taking. Groups involved in Lucretia Seals' court case was the Attorney General being the defendant and Lucretia Seals being the plaintiff herself, and this was under the Declaration Judgments Act 1908 and the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990. This case took place at the High Court of New Zealand Wellington Registry. But overall, this was a national issue, but the people of New Zealand did not get a say in the court case, but there were protests that unfortunately failed. The actions Lucretia Seals is trying to take was to legalise euthanasia in New Zealand because she says she has a right over her own body, so she should have the right over how she should die. But we found out on the 6th of June this year, the day after Lucretia's death, that her dying wish will not come true. The court says that there could be undesirable side effects to the lethal drug that Lucretia wants to be administered to herself. The New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990 states that assisted suicide is illegal and the court will not change that. Possible solutions to assisted suicide. As we have already found out, the issue has already been solved, but not in the way Lucretia and lots of other New Zealanders wanted. This issue will never be solved because, if the court says that they won't allow assisted suicide, then people with incurable diseases, such as Lucretia, will suffer. But if the court says that assisted suicide will be legal, then other people will protest that suicide should not be socially accepted. So solving one problem will just create another.